Why do we use oil when we're frying or baking things, or roasting things? So the first thing to understand is the surface of food is rough. So this is kind of representing a zoomed in look at the surface of like anything, so vegetables, proteins, whatever. They're all like this. What we can see is that, as I said, the surface is rough. So we have these peaks here and these troughs here, or you can think of them as mountains and valleys. So if we cook without oil, what happens is when we go to stick this, say, into the frying pan, the only thing that will be in contact with the frying pan are these peaks. I mean, what will happen is it'll probably squish up a bit, but yeah, in essence what happens is it's just the peaks touching the hot surface. And so what you'll generally see is that these bits will burn whilst the other bits don't cook properly. So what we do is we add oil or fat to the pan. So what does that do? Well, basically we get a nice coating along here. So we'll have basically all this area now is filled with oil. So instead, when we're frying the thing, all of this oil, like the surface of this oil here, is in contact with the pan, and it transfers the heat evenly onto every part of this surface, this rough surface of the food, rather than just the peaks being cooked. So it means that the whole surface gets cooked evenly and ends up browning. So what does this mean practically? Well, when you're cooking, for instance, onions in a frying pan, you need to use enough fat to make sure you coat all of the onions. And so like the finer you cut them, the larger the surface area, so you need more oil in the pan. And what else is there? Any other tips from this? Yeah, and the same goes for roasting. Like, if you're roasting foods, then the air doesn't circulate in these troughs. It just sort of hits the peak parts and then cooks the peak parts. Coat it with oil, then the hot air will come, hit the surface of the oil, heat that up, and then the heat transfers evenly to the whole surface. Hope you found that useful.